Morning Glory host, Matty Johns. Another busy week of rugby league. How are you, mate?
Shug, Fletch, how are you, boys?
Oh, hang on. I'm just looking at Matthew here on the what's doing with the new hat. You got some new merch.
We've had these for a while, Fletch.
Oh, okay.
Mate, should I bring one into work
Oh,
tonight?
I'd love it.
Yeah.
Yes, that would
Righto.
that would be great.
One for you too, Shug. One
Beautiful.
For you too.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd love that. Thank you very much. They're backstage ones, aren't they?
Hey,
The maroon.
Jack, couple of hats. One
Yeah.
for Bear said we need the extra large.
And the anal beads too, Matthew. There's anal beads.
And he wants the anal beads as well.
Yes, please.
Can
The
you
clean
get-
ones. The clean one.
The backstage,
Backstage,
Brian. Great
yes.
podcast. And look, Matthew and Coops get all the credit. I call it the Jack stage.
Oh, he's a Mickey.
Mate, he runs the show.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
does run the show,
He's
Jack
efficient.
Johns.
He's efficient.
So if you get me one of those hats, I'm going to change the B for a J.
Okay, sounds good. So he's going to get you one. Well, I tell you what, the backstage interview with Tszyu, they showed it on KO put it on main event. I was just watching it then, and I just stumbled on a bit where we spoke at length about basically Joey caught up with a rapper. What was his name, boys? Cursor, and
sorry.
we're talking. Some bloke called Cursor, who was a
Joey, your
Australian
brother?
rapper. Yes, Joey caught up with him. And they said they got a photo together, and online, or when they posted it, people were just commenting who took the most pingers, and they said, and Joey and Cursor actually joined in and started having that discussion as well. Now, the fact that it appeared in the Tszyu interview.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't seen this video. It sounds good. It sounds
yes.
good.
Yes.
Now, Matthew, exciting news. Your wish has, we think it's come true with KP saying that he was going to fulfil his contract. Are you convinced?
Look, at the moment, I'm very happy, Fletch. It would have been, in my opinion, a disaster for him to leave, because I don't think at any point in the last 30, 40 years in rugby league that's going to be so difficult to go to market with the two new sides coming in and all the other sides shoring their contracted players or making sure their key players are contracted. And so it would have been a bad time. Doesn't matter how much money you got. It would have been a very difficult time for Newcastle to go to market. And at the moment, I'm relieved that he's come out and said he's staying.
the other noise relating to Newcastle this week has been the possibility of Adam O'Brien at the end of the year not coaching moving forward. Now, without sort of speaking about where that happens, but ultimately at some stage there will be a coach to follow Adam O'Brien, whether that's this year or in 2 years' time or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10. Is there a coach right now that you think would be absolutely hand or glove for Newcastle?
Well, there's a couple, boys, to talk about. No, Willie Peters is obvious one. Willie spent a bit of time up there, and I think it'd be a good fit. The other one that hasn't been spoken about was the Knights have got a defensive coach, Brian McDermott, the Englishman. He's had great success in Super League, and if you look at the Knights have got, I think, the 5th or 6th best defence in the league. It's just that we've got the worst attack. We've got the worst attack in the league, and we've got a good defence. And he's really highly respected up there amongst the players. So he's certainly worth a mention. The last 6 months, boys, the name that keeps coming up, and it'll be an interesting one to see if he was offered it, he'd take it, and that's Brad Arthur.
Yeah, wow.
Brad Arthur, because he and Adam are best mates, and he's got his 2 sons up there now too, Matt and Jake, are in the Knights squad. So, yeah, that's a name I've heard a lot about. So that would be interesting. It would certainly test the friendship if you took the job.
Yeah, wouldn't it? What?
Hey, Brian, what about so Brian McDermott, who Matty mentions, right? So I was looking at this during the week.
Is any relation to Barry?
No relation to Baz. No.
So what about this, Matty? And most people will not know this stat, but it's a pretty compelling one. So this is play the balls per try conceded in your 20. So in other words, how many tackles on average do you repel the other side before they score a try?
Got you.
So the worst in the competition, for example, is, funnily enough, the Panthers, but fortunately for them, they don't have them too much. So if you can get into the Panthers 20, it takes about 8.5 tackles to score a try.
Yeah, right.
Best in the comp, Newcastle Knights.
Okay.
13.2, so almost double.
Yeah, but that's to your comment. They're getting
No, this is average.
Oh, right.
This is average. So that's they're the number one defensive side in their own 20. The Newcastle Knights.
Green shoots. If
There
you're
you
a
go.
coach, if you're looking at that.
Well, that's it. And Brian has been well regarded by the players for a long time. They say that when he came along and took over the defensive role, the players apparently all just went, mate, this is just it's very straightforward, it's simple, and they all get it. Right? It's not complicated. He's done a good job with their defence up there.
Matthew, speaking of, well, you weren't even speaking about it, but speaking about punching people's faces off, did you get around the Gal Sonny Bill Williams fight?
Fellas, I didn't see it. I've seen the highlights. Jeez, I tell you what, Gal was... Yeah, well, Gal's come out and said that's his final fight, and it should be.
Yeah, and that was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Yeah, was it?
Yep, like it's better than those. I mean, I've bought those Jake Paul disgraceful.
Oh, yeah.
Abhorrent.
Yeah. Shocking. Shocking. Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I saw the highlights. Jeez, he looks the goods. Sonny, geez, he throws them well. Some of those uppercuts he hit on Gal, it's amazing, mate. Gal just shows Gal's toughness.
Well, if you were looking at styles, Sonny is he would have won points decision easily, unanimous decision.
No,
but
he didn't win the points.
No,
decision.
but I'm saying style, like
style, yeah,
the way he
yes.
jabbed and looked.
Yes.
But when Gal got in there, Gal was just.
But Gal made the fight because he kept coming after.
Yeah.
Him. And Sonny was trying to kick to the sidelines and walk the scrums at times, wasn't he, Brian?
Yeah.
But both of them. Matty, like seriously, at their age to produce what they did, like testament to both. It was pretty big.
Mate, Gal is just when Gal was, and I think I've said to you blokes this before. When Gal was at the very, very start of his boxing career, and he first sort of was starting to consider going into pro boxing, he did a sparring session with Hopper. And Hopper, I saw Hopper at the gym, and Hopper had like a cast on his elbow. And I said, "What happened there?" He said, "Mate, I was sparring with Gal." And he said, "I couldn't keep him off, and he hit me and dislocated my elbow." And I said, "How will he go?" And he said, "Mate, he's that fit and tenacious." He said, "Literally, you just can't keep him away."
They fought though, didn't they? Did Gal give it to him?
Yeah.
Gal give it a hop.
Yeah.
Now, Matthew, what's on the show tomorrow? You've got Morning Glory. What's going to be discussed?
All things Newcastle, of course.
Yep.
We've got the Des situation that's gone a little bit quiet. It's funny with Des. It was like fait accompli. Des is going to retire. He's going to walk away into the sunset. And then at the press conference last week, he went, "What are you talking about? Nothing's been discussed." So I don't know what's going to go on there. Mate, movie of the week, Signs. We're going to have a yarn to Michael Checker.
Oh, okay.
Brett the British and Irish, but also this R360.
Yes.
Now, look, it's a long way off. You know, chances are it might not happen. But I tell you, I'm concerned I'm mildly concerned at the moment because, boys, we're lucky in rugby league. The Northern Hemisphere, that they see no reason to change the rules of rugby union. Hence why we're down here, they're hemorrhaging, but in the north it's flying. So they're not going to change the rules. This concept comes in, I am certain that I reckon the R360 competition will look more like rugby league than rugby union.
Oh, you think they're going to change a bit of height?
They need less players.
I think it's called I think it's called R&T 360.
And Gordon's captain coach.
Yeah, Dean Ritchie's on the board. MJ, when you spoke, just going back to Timmy Zoo, when you spoke to Timmy, he's confident against this bloke? Because I know,
confident. Yep, super confident. And if you look at the first fight, until he gets the whack on the head and he can't see, like Fundora looked like he looked like it was just a matter of time till he was going to knock Fundora out.
Yeah,
and 6'6" Fundora, there's plenty of him to hit. So I reckon he'll knock him. I reckon he'll knock him out before 5 rounds. There you go. I've said it.
You have said that. And what is?
I've said it.
When he wins this, what's the next challenge for him? Is that when he tries to unify the belts, or what's the?
Yeah, don't know, Fletch.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's always been in the background. I know the Rose boys have looked into the distance and said that they would love for him to fight Canelo Alvarez one day. So, yeah, I mean, fighting those great champions, it's all about timing. I remember when his dad Kostya fought Julio Cesar Chavez, who for a long while, I think it was 95 fights before he chalked up a loss. But he got him at the right time. And I think Kostya was the only man in boxing history to ever stop Julio Cesar Chavez. He was certainly the first.
Oh, sorry, Matthew.
Oh, here we go.
I've got to get this. Sorry, Graham, here it is. Oh, can you pass me that, please, Buckets? Okay, dear Gerard, my penis is too small to satisfy women. I feel so inadequate and depressed that I only pay for sex now. Being compared to my girlfriend's exes in terms of my size makes me feel inadequate that now, if I want sex, I pay for it. I'm 42 and single. I have no trouble attracting women, but once we go to bed together, everything goes downhill. My penis isn't tiny. I've measured it, both flaccid and erect. And when I'm aroused, it's a good 6 inches. But my 2 most recent partners told me their exes were at least 8 inches. And it's clear they preferred that. My last girlfriend was really into me until we had sex for the first time. I couldn't wait to take her to bed. We kissed passionately, and she told me how much she wanted me. But after we did the deed, she seemed to withdraw, and then I got out of the bed in the middle of the night to sleep on the sofa. The next day, she admitted I hadn't satisfied her, and so she didn't think we should continue to see each other. She denied it was the size of my penis that was the problem. But I know it's true. She's already mentioned that her ex... Oh, geez, can't say that. I think it's a myth that size doesn't count. But women are never honest about this. Now I feel depressed because nothing I can do. Dear Gerard, what should I do? What should he do, Matthew? And now, just saying, 6 inches is not a bad whack.
He's found the wrong ladies.
What does he do here, mate?
It's that's a good one. Well, I tell you what, they do hair transplants in Turkey. I wonder if they do penis enlargements. Do you know anyone that's ever had a penis enlargement? No. I mean, look, apart from Heidi.
Yeah, I got a reduction. But is there, what I'm thinking, is, you know how sometimes you put, when you're sewing, you put a thimble on your fingers, right? And to protect it. Is there some apparatus, like an extender, that would fit over the top?
Gotcha. But then wouldn't you lose your...
Right.
No.
Right.
Because you maybe
Maybe, yeah, you know, Fletch, you might
extender.
be onto something. Maybe like in the surfboards, the old days had the nose guards.
Oh, correct. So just
maybe
extend it.
like just pop it on the air.
Yeah.
And maybe round it off a little bit.
Round it off, yeah. It's got to be it's got to be silicon material.
Mad round off.
But the only problem is then you're going to have the overlap. So there's going to be a joint. There's going to be a joint issue because unless it's really thin.
Yeah.
But then it's got to. I'm thinking you can get them in 2s, 4s, 6s, 8s.
Right. The extending part.
You know, Fletch. You know, I had this discussion with my brother Andrew a couple of years ago. Sometimes you just got to be happy being a Pindick.
Yeah, true. But when I see these, this guy's crying. He's crying out for help. And at this show, we like to help him out. Dear Gerard, what should I do? I'm sure there is a community where for people like that.
I just think he's running the wrong race course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I certainly I know Brooksy mentioned he'd been through something similar, so maybe Brooksy can solve it. Or Tourist.
Well, Tourist isn't here, Matthew. Tourist is off in Scotland.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he back in the old? I laugh at Tourist when his favourite rugby league side is the New South Wales Blues. It's just like he sounds like a kid. Like honestly.
Well, he is a kid. When we said give us your top 5 movies, Grinch was 1, The Incredibles was 2, and Shrek was 3.
That's right.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Speaking of shows, Brian, and we've got the golf on in the background, and Phil Mickelson has just chipped in from the bunker, an amazing shot. Now, Matty, I know that golf's not necessarily your penchant. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, but there's a great doco, which I reckon you'd love, right? So there's a doco series I was saying to Brian called Losers on Netflix, and there's a mad Frenchman who goes to the last hole. He's actually playing with Craig Parry, and the British Open, which is on now, he's playing in that event. He leads by 3. No Frenchman had won this tournament in 100 years. And he's leading by 3, which is like leading probably by 20 points with 8 minutes to go, Brian, isn't it, in rugby league?
Yep.
And he folds like a deck chair. And the way this guy, this mad Frenchie, it is a fascinating doco, even if you hate golf.
I watched the Greg Norman one. That was just his collapse. It was just that was painful.
Was that was when Faldo picked up on it, wasn't he? He wasn't letting him watch.
Yeah,
he just went and teed off and said, just kept going.
Well, he fell apart when he was in the car park, and he hadn't realised that Faldo had chipped in to put him into the top group, which meant he spent the next day playing with him, and his head just completely fell off.
Was there history?
That's right, because someone said to him, didn't they? As someone was
walking
past the cup, someone said, "Oh, mate, can't be beaten."
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh, well, I get that.
Odd dude, didn't he, Greg Norman?
I mean,
wonderful Australian, but
Posing nude, all that sort of
Not
stuff.
in your punters club,
lucky
is he?
we're good.
No, he's not. And Matthew, I'm going to see you shortly for
Yes, Fletch.
Monday. What is it? Thursday nights with Matty Johns, the Late Show.
Yep,
what
Thursday.
we can we expect? What can the viewers expect?
Well, you blokes are going to showcase the new Rugby League 26.
Yes.
Are you playing it?
Yeah, there's actually. Yep, we did. We played it yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We've got Nate on. Yeah, Nate Miles. We're going to talk all things Newcastle. Plenty going on, Fletch.
And we're going to speak to Georgie Rose, aren't we?
Oh, yep. The Purple Rose of Cairo. Purple Rose of Vegas. We're going to talk to him.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Big show, honestly. Huge. Could be our biggest show.
I think
Who
so.
knows?
And we'll have some chicken. I think there's some charcoal chicken might be there. Can't wait
Oh, rat chicken. Okay, no worries. You've just dampened my enthusiasm. Righto, boys.
Righto,
I'll
mate.
wind it up now.
Okay,
see
good
you,
on
lads.
Matthew.
See you,
Hooroo.
Matthew.
I'll bring those hats.
Yes.
I'll bring
Yeah.
you those hats, lads.
Beautiful. The Jack Stage hats.
What a game from the 19-year-old. That's his third try. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that was this week 8 years ago. And you think about what he's achieved. So Nathan Cleary was 19, had lived in New Zealand, carved up the Warriors over there in New Zealand. And that was 8 years ago this week. And to see what he's achieved since then. Since then, that 19-year-old has played, well, he's the most capped halfback for New South Wales.
Yes.
He's been in the last 5 grand finals. He's won 4 premierships, 2 Clive Churchill medals.
Just needs a dally.
And that was just 8 years ago as a 19-year-old, a hat-trick against, only needs a dally.
Feels like he's been around forever.
I know.
So he's 27. So
27.
They say ball players effectively hit their peak at about this age.
I know. Mate, he
That's scary.
debuted in 2016. That was 2017. He debuted.
18-year-old. That's right. Was that in a semi-final?
So he's been playing for 9 years.
Yeah. Did he debut in a semi? No. Or the week before or something?
Let me go to the tapes, Brian. Let me go to the tapes.
I think it was, mate. I remember he played a semi-final at the stadium. Very, very young. Anyway.
I'll keep going back to
round 13.
I hadn't heard anyone talk about him.
So round 13 and he stayed.
I'll check.
I hadn't heard anyone, round 13 said Mitchie, I hadn't heard anyone talk about him, but Justin Holbrook was all over it.
Trent Robinson was too.
Was he?
Trent Robinson, I remember him talking about it, saying he's never seen never seen a player so mature as in the long kicking game. Not a standout taking the line on.
No.
It was more the organisational skills of someone so young.
Yep, no, fair enough. All right, there you go, folks. That's a bit of a dash down memory lane. 8 years ago, the 19-year-old called Nathan Cleary a hat-trick versus the Warriors. But let's move on to the round 20 preview. Thanks to Hyundai. It's game on at Hyundai with offers like the dynamic Tucson from $39,990 drive away. Now we kick off with the Raiders taking on the Eels, GIO Stadium, Saturday 3 p.m, live on SEN from 2 p.m. Jimmy's got the call. Noddy and Timmy Manor will be accompanying him. And you've got the Origin duo back. Josh Papali'i and Hudson Young return. And matchup number 1, you've got, K.O. Weeks and Isaiah Iongi. So looking forward to that. By the way, just on K.O. Weeks, so his sister is debuting for the Sharks. So the very talented youngster, Anessa Biddle.
She a fullback?
She's a centre. So she is suspended for a week. And Grace Lee Weeks, his sister, will be debuting for the Sharkies this week. So all the best to her as well.
Yes, I think the Raiders just continue on their merry way down there. Closer to a minor premiership.
Yep. Bulldogs and the Dragons, Accor Stadium, Brian. We're hoping for 40,000 plus. 3rd versus 11th. Now, this is getting a bit sort of key because obviously the top 2 is where you need to be, particularly the fact that the Raiders and the Storm are in the box seat. You do not want to be going there for either a prelim or certainly week 1 of the finals. The Bulldogs taking on the Dragons. One of 4 home games in the run home for the Dogs, so that's pleasing for them. And the big matchup, of course, Galvin versus Flanagan, Brian.
Yes, all eyes are going to be on the halfback. That's right. He's the number 7. He's going to be the general. There's a bit of whisper going around that Satili Tupanua may be parachuted into the starting side or into the squad. So they're all coming back at the right time.
Do we have a Holmes-Crichton situation as well?
Do we have
Holmes left, Crichton right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Is
that right?
Yep.
That's
Was
left.
that left?
No, you're right that he's left.
Yeah, that's
okay, and you're right that he's right.
He's been great, Val, hasn't he?
Good buy.
Yep.
He has been a great buy. I mean, Gutho is been terrific. He looks like you. But Gutho, I mean, Valdust He's had a great year.
Who's been your best buy? Is it Val or Gutho or
Cookie.
Ooh, I feel like it would. If you did Dally M's of the buys, I think Gutho led early, and I think Val might have caught him. Cook's been good. That whole hooker dynamic's been interesting.
who's been the best Warriors buy?
Best Warriors
Best
buy.
Warriors. Oh, Aaron Clark.
Aaron Clark.
I think over Fish.
Over Fish,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe what Fish has done off the field, I reckon that'd be
for sure.
huge as well. Kyle Flanagan returns to play his old club, of course, left the Bulldogs, and the big story is around Galvin. I actually think I like the move. It's been a big talking point. I like the move of Galvin there. I think they have to do that. So we'll see how that plays out. Melbourne Storm and the Seagulls at Amy Park. That's Saturday night. It is 2nd versus 7th as Manly look to stay in the top 8. Now, I actually reckon, and I know I was sort of tipping against the Storm last week and proven wrong, and I do think the Melbourne Storm win the comp, but they've been up to Townsville. They've never been to Newcastle. They've had all this distraction around Origin. If Manly are ever going to beat Melbourne down there in Melbourne, it would have to be this opportunity right now. Pappenhausen with the tight calf, they're calling it, not a strain. They're saying it's a tight calf. So it's a night game too. We know the stats around them at night versus day. I don't think it's a tap-in, is it, Brian?
I don't think. Yeah, but they're just so clinical. I know they're just so well prepared. You know, when you say that about teams going to Townsville and stuff, but these blokes, they're so professional down there. We spoke to Jerome Hughes yesterday. They're just so hard to beat there. Oh, yeah. Storm for me. No Olakau'atu. We heard the Ogre before. Ogre said he should have been in the.
Yeah, that was interesting.
He was his first pick.
Yep, you're saying before the injury and all those sorts of things, but yeah, absolutely, Mitchie.
What's your in terms of Melbourne Storm, Manly Seagulls over the years? There's been some big moments. We were talking about in the office yesterday. What's your favourite moment for that rivalry? Like if you're talking the 40-0, the stink
was good.
I really liked Brett Stewart's flick pass. In the grand final. I thought that was a good one.
Now the stink for me when
Blairy.
Gifty and Blairy got the stink, and then Snake turns around and just Brett Stewart comes flying in.
Kung Fu fight.
No.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Blairy, by the way, is on tomorrow. So Scopey and I will take over the Michelle 5 for the 5 hours. And then Adam Blair, who's a very good commentator, I'll tell you that much, he's going to join us. And, of course, he was a centrepiece of that.
You know what the interesting thing about this, and Manly fans might feel this as well, like Tommy's there. None of them played Origin. They've had the bye. Last few years, you'd think like coming out of Origin, Manly's a bit banged up and had a lot of injuries. This is a pretty solid side apart from Olakau'atu not there. So they're in a pretty good position to go down to Melbourne, have focused in on it for 2 weeks and not had the Origin factor there with the side. So, you know, Dally's got a chip on his shoulder. Tommy's probably like, this is time to hit the go button now like he did a few years ago. So, yeah, I can see the trappy game situation for Melbourne there with Manly going down there fresh.
Yep.
I just like this Melbourne forward pack. Like, Liero's growing a leg since Origin. Eli Katoa up their second rower in the comp at the moment. Sean Blaw on the other side, killing it. And then you've got Harold and Stefano. But
Nelson,
Tyron Wishart, Big Tui.
Tyron versus the brother-in-law.
The more I look at it, Melbourne.
Big night for the Wisharts. Tyron Wishart taking on Ruben Garrick, of course. Ruben Garrick is married to Tyron's sister. So that plays out. West Tigers and the Gold Coast Titans from Leichhardt Oval on Sunday from 2 p.m. Thank you very much, Christopher. You're running into form.
Aren't you what? Look, we haven't. He's only been gone less than 24 hours. But Tourist who?
Hello, Tourist.
Did I say that?
Well, we know he wouldn't be talking to anyone on the plane. Live on SEN from 2 p.m. Jimmy's got the call with Justin Horro and the Roosters' number 6, Chad Townsend. So he's going to back up after having played the Cronulla Sharks, which we're also calling tomorrow night too, by the way. I mentioned Adam Blair. He'll be part of that coverage with myself and Scope.
Hang on. Chad is
in the Sunday call.
Sunday call, right.
Yeah, in the Sunday call.
On you, Chadster. I was just reading that game. What's he doing there?
14th versus 17th. Spoon ramifications. Taylor May, a debut for the Tigers. Tino returns for the Titans. Pressure building on Des. It is his 499th game as a coach. I tell you what, Brian, since round 1 last year at Leichhardt Oval, the Tigers have won 4 from 6, so 66%. Everywhere else, 23%. They love playing there.
Yeah, I need to climb up my tipping ladder, so I've gone the Titans.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but I just thought this is it. If they lose this, they're getting the spoon. So they need to be motivated. Last week they sort of aimed up okay in the first half. They fell away. I might be ruining that decision, but if you like them, $2.50.
Hey, just on that, so last year, Brian, we had the Spoon Bowl.
Yep.
Parramatta and the West Tigers, loser would take the spoon. We may have 2 Spoon Bowl opportunities here. So Titans take on the Tigers again in round 27.
Okay.
And Eels take on the Knights in the very last game of the season.
Well, hang on. Bunnies, are they a chance?
Who have they got in the last round?
Bunnies, I think got the bunny. I think got the Chooks.
Yeah.
That'll be to save the wooden spoon. Chooks to make the 8.
Woo.
So, Bunnies are currently 16th. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it's congested.
So it's game
there.
on. It is. It is.
Knights are in the mix as well. What's
They
their
are.
for and against? They got the better out of all them. Okay.
Knights take on the Warriors, McDonald Jones Stadium, and the 13th place Knights face the 4th place Warriors. Everyone expecting the Warriors, with no Mitch Barnett, with no Luke Metcalf and others, they're expecting them to fall out of the top 4, but they just keep on keeping on. Kalyn Ponga has committed his future, so does that settle the ship there at Newcastle? Fletcher Sharp, he's out, as is Kalyn. Dane Gagai will wear the number 1, he's flying. And the club, the fans have petitioned to re-sign Dane Gagai, which seems to have worked with the club, set to offer him a 1-year extension. I reckon he's looking super fit too, is Dane Gagai.
Yeah, the Warriors play this sort of attacking football that the lower place teams, because they're so patient, can't go with them. I suppose for the Warriors fans, the issue will be when they get to the semi-finals and they're playing against those better quality teams. Will their systems or their attacking shapes, as we like to call it, hold up in those games? They do it well against, because they're so well drilled, and the other lower place teams just fall away. So I expect the Warriors to win this.
So that, you know those numbers I was sharing with Matty around defending inside your own 20 and how long it takes to score against the Knights? Warriors are very good there too.
Yeah.
Unders,
okay.
with key playmakers out. Fletcher Sharp's not playing, Ponga's not playing, Metcalf's not playing, and the way both sides can defend their own line. Game 100 for Bradman. So we want him to raise the bat, don't we?
Oh, of course.
Raise the bat for Bradman's 100. So maybe go over there and grab the corner post. Thank you. There's my 100, Bradman, and raise the bat for Try July.
Try July.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Maybe you should, get your baggy green out. But our man, Antenna Boyd, he was impressive last week.
He was very good. He was very good. Now, back in the old days, Brian, you could you'd do a press conference for this sort of stuff, but these days players just jump on Instagram. So this is Kalyn Ponga, who's taken to Instagram this morning to declare, he does declare, his commitment to the Knights in an attempt to end speculation around his future. He says this: committed to the end of 2027, excited about the vision of the club, appreciate those that support me. Short and sweet.
Yeah. I suppose, you were calling for it, but you wanted more. You wanted a press conference, didn't you?
Oh, I'm okay with that. But I'd be shocked if he's there past 2027.
By the sounds of it. I still feel that doesn't guarantee he's going to see the end of his contract. There's just too much noise about it. It always pops up. Whether or not it's money or... Because he mentioned, he didn't actually was quoted, he was saying he doesn't want to go too long and then not have a chance to represent New Zealand Rugby Union. But it might be now that he's committed, and it could be a payday at rugby. What is it?
R360.
R360.
Wow. And he's got time on his side there, of course, because that's going to take up the most of 2026. Yeah. This is fascinating. Warriors Chief Executive Cameron George, geez, he's impressive, I reckon, that bloke, concedes the threat of rugby's breakaway competition, R360 poaching players. He spoke to Brandy and the love muscle, Matty Russell, this morning on breakfast this morning, and here's what he had to say about the situation.
There's a lot of sports and a lot of innovation around sport that comes to light from time to time, but being over here in New Zealand where rugby's, very big over here, I've been hearing, a lot over the last month in particular about Rugby 360 getting off the ground, the discussions they're having with any number of named rugby players, and heard, quite frankly, that a number of our major names in rugby league would be of target to them as well. So I get that because they're a PR machine. They'd be great for their sport. So, look, I think it's real, but is it going to tear apart rugby league? Absolutely not. We've got the greatest game in the world. However, I'm sure they'll come knocking and cause some clubs some headaches with the financial windfalls on offer.
Tell you what, I do believe, Brian, he's an important piece of our puzzle, rugby league puzzle, this guy, Cameron George.
Yeah, well, for New Zealand,
Yeah,
definitely.
100%.
He was a great chat. And he then verified that he's not going anywhere.
No.
When we was asking who's being headhunted by the All Blacks. So,
Yep.
yeah, he's very, very impressive.
So the understanding is, and we mentioned this at the top of the show, Mike Tyndall, they've got to have X amount of signatures prior to a hard date, which I think is September this year. What I'm certain is going to happen, Brian, you're going to have a lot of players, including rugby league players, who will give the signature and will commit, but they'll be saying, we're in, but you're not to announce it.
You feel that?
I reckon we'll get a lot of that because they're not going to want to unsettle what's happening with them here locally in rugby league. And I think rugby union players will be doing the same. They'll be saying, yep, I'm in, but just give me a few months. Don't announce anything now. So I bet you they get the signatures and you won't even know all the players.
Okay, so the talk is they want to launch it in September, which would be close to after the season. Could you see anyone...
September next year.
Yeah,
Yep.
September next year. And they're saying it'll be 12 franchises in 16 glamorous venues across Europe. Doesn't sound appealing. Do you think the clubs will allow it? Like they'll say, all right, listen, if you're out of contention for the semi-finals, yes, you can go, get your windfall, but you've got to come back.
Okay, now there's, I believe...
You can't have two contracts.
No. I think the problem is that I believe that they've sort of tried to work alongside, not alongside, but to make it a bit more beneficial for them to align with the Northern Hemisphere rugby.
Yep.
So they wouldn't be impacting on their season, so you'd probably be able to do both over there.
Right.
But you wouldn't be able to do both here. So
Okay.
I think they're going to play like 2 phases or something, and both of them are almost smack bang in the middle of our season.
One's
so
Carl.
yeah, one's Carl, exactly.
But the money is going. It's just too good.
It is
It's going to
too
be
good.
too good, and this is the problem they're going to have. Roger's probably a good target because he's done everything in league. He's getting on a bit, but you don't want Kalyn going on. You don't want Pappenhausen.
No.
And there's talk Big Nelson.
So see, this is the thing. So Roger to a Saudi check, which is great, and he deserves that, and he's played the game and all those sort of things. And I agree with Cameron George. He says about we can lose these players, but it's not going to hurt the greatest game of all. I also agree with that. We can lose a Kalyn Ponga, and we can lose a Joseph Swaley, and we can lose a Matt Rogers back in the day and a Wendell, but you can't lose a heap of players in bulk.
No. Well, they need 300. They need 300 players.
Yeah.
This is going to then we'll ask Laurie Fisher about it because they're going to. You'd want rugby union players first and foremost, but as we know, the athletes are in league. The backs are anyway.
Well, the bigger threat really is Super Rugby, mate. That's already
On its knees.
on its knees, and then they've got to be the prime picks, don't they?
Yeah.
They have to be the prime picks. So, anyway, folks, the Sydney Morning Herald reporting Storm superstar Ryan Pappenhausen is reportedly in their sights, as well as his teammate Nelson Asafa Solomona. We spoke yesterday. It was a great chat. Jerome Hughes, he at that stage wasn't au fait with it, was he, Brian?
No, and I'm just thinking, do you feel that there's going to be 12 franchises? Do you think maybe they'll do what they did in the soccer over there in the Saudis, just get one marquee player per franchise and fill it up with also Rans?
I don't know how they're going to do it. And
It's not going to be. I think it might only be like I said. Like they got Neymar as one name, and they filled it up with all local kids. And
right.
And they got Ronaldo, just one star per franchise, and then fill it up with shoot shield players.
Yeah, probably. And that's you just need that glamour appeal. And like Lionel Messi, what he's done over there in Miami.
Yeah.
So the Dragons, they're facing a battle to keep young gun Sione Finau, Brian. Fatima Kadu reports through the Daily Telegraph. Now, the Dragons are facing a battle to retain off-contract rookie winger, and he does look the good Sione Finau, as NRL rivals circle the youngster. It's understood he's also weighing up 2 other offers tabled by rival outfits, including a 3-year deal. It's believed one potential suitor is a Queensland-based club.
Oh, just poor. They just can't take a trick. The Dragons, you unearth these kids, and they just get snapped out of your hands. This is a problem. A bit like the Roosters. You get the local juniors coming through, and other teams come over and just they take their pick. Brooks, you're the key here. Are you happy? Oh, sorry. Would you sign him?
I'd like to keep him. You see some signs there, like the last few weeks. Anzac Day scored a brilliant try. We've gone through a few wingers this year, boys, like the Knights did with halves last year.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good to keep him. Him and his brother came from the Melbourne system. I think Halle, a hooker, who hasn't really got some NRL time yet. He's been in the Reggies for the Dragons. So, yeah, I'd like to see him progress. But if there's other offers, there's a lot of wingers that they've got to consider over the next couple of years. They've got Tyrell Sloan's situation as well. I thought a few weeks ago, they said you can have a look around, even though he's on contract until 2026. So there's a lot of movement there. They did go after Cobbo too, it sounded like.
Yeah.
When he was up for grabs. Yeah. So, I don't know. It feels like everything's up for grabs there at the Dragons in terms of the wing spots.
A lot of players off contract this year alone. They got Finau, Corey Allen, Matt Finau, Michael,
Molo,
Viliame Fafita and Clemmer. They're off contract this year. Righto, Raiders fans, bring it in. The Raiders website reporting this, Brian. The Raiders have confirmed the re-signing of key forward Zac Junior Mule Hosking on a deal which will see him remain at the club until the end of 2028 season. Already under contract until the end of 2026. The 2-year extension keeps him in Canberra for a further 3 seasons. So well done.
Gun.
He said, yeah, it's exciting. When the club approached me about it, I was obviously very excited and I was keen to go in the direction for my future. It's a very bright future here at the club at the moment, so I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. He's going to be called, well, he's a mule baby,
yeah,
which is a Jack.
Oh, he's a Jack.
Jack Hosking.
Jack Hosking.
So I thought it was going to...
So not Zach, Jack.
Yeah. What about, not baby mule, baby Mort?
Yeah, well, you don't want that.
Don't want baby Mort?
Nah, I don't think you want
I don't
that
think
one.
I don't think he's a baby Mort.
No, I don't think so. Joining us now on the run home, how's this for a rap sheet, Brian? Premiership winner with the Bulldogs, 291 first-grade games. We might get the former player portal and get him over the 300 mark, Brian. For North Sydney Bears, you forget he started there, the great man. The Northern Eagles, Canterbury Bulldogs, Sydney Roosters, then wrapping up with Hull FC. 10 games for the Mighty Blues, 15 games for the Mighty Kangaroos. We're talking about this decorated rugby league player, Mark the Ogre O'Mealy. Welcome to the run home with Joel and Fletch.
How are you, fellas?
Going good,
What stories has Fletch been going with today?
Well, I didn't know this, but did you know that mules are born from a horse and a donkey having sex? I don't know if you knew that. Did you know that?
I knew it was a crossbreed, mate, being a country boy, yeah.
Well, then
a bit like you're a crossbreed, being from Redford.
then we were saying, is there any other animals that crossbreed? I was thinking, does like a sheep and a goat ever go to town with each other?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I've got a couple of sheep. I might have to get a goat out here.
Now, our man Mark O'Mealy, the Ogre, is going to be at the Bella Vista Hotel tomorrow, Brian. Now, you know what? I've been to too many of these lunches to know what's going to happen. So straight away you think, okay, well, who's going to be on the podium? Is it going to be an Asta? Is it going to be Buzz?
Won't be an Asta.
But then quite often from the bleachers, you get someone like a Mark O'Mealy holds court and it just... I'm back in the Ogre here, Brian.
Yep. Ogre, what sort of stories can we expect tomorrow?
Wait, I went and watched you the other day, and you kept banging the sausage story. I've heard a few times. I'm not sure, mate. It depends what the crowd, what their, what sort of interest or read the room, mate. Your agenda is a little bit different. You have a little bit more fun. Mine are probably a little bit more serious, and obviously, probably, it depends what path it goes down.
Now, Ogre, you won't be mind asking about this, about your health. So you had a sore neck, didn't you? Tell us about that. What went on with your neck?
Well, when you finish footy, you sort of go, mate, I've had that many surgeries. I think I had 17 playing. And you go, I don't want any more surgeries. So I didn't neglect. I just brushed a lot of stuff off until I got to a point where I was sort of falling over at training and stuff and walking with my sciatica. So went and got some scans, thought it was my hip, obviously front rower. Think of the wrong injury, it was my lower back. So I had that fixed, had some, through the signals, through the nervous system responding to my heart. So I had my heart stopped a couple of times on the table. Then progressed through, got all on top of that, heart was fine, and then had to go and get my neck surgery as well, and a new disc in my thoracic. So that's 9 weeks ago today. So hopefully in another few months I'll be good to go.
So, Ogre, you're being quite, it's pretty serious. When you say your heart stopped, was that on the operating table?
Yeah, so I obviously don't remember, but there was no life and death experience. I didn't, dream of you, Fletch, or anything like that. I literally woke up and just had a lot of worried people around me, and I thought, what's happened. So, yeah, it's all the nervous system, the neural. The neck was, when they fused your lower back, put pressure back on my neck, which was an underlying issue I'd had for a long time. And then had to go through all the protocols with your heart, like your cholesterol, calcium scores, had to wear a heart bug for 6 weeks, and that all come back fine. And then we progressed through and got the neck fixed.
So, Ogre, for those who don't know, you're still involved at the Dogs there in a coaching capacity, is that right?
Yeah, I just do through the pathways, mate. Like a passion that I love. I love, trying to help kids learn how to work hard and chase their dream.
Tell you what, you're doing it well too. The doggies, aren't they, up and about? You must get proud when you see the likes of, say, a Rinakama come through on the weekend.
Mate, it was outstanding watching Jeffro. Yeah, there's some great kids that come through. There's some great juniors. We've got a great staff, like a roster of staff at the club that, have their fingerprints and the love for the game that keeps excelling and bringing these kids through. So, it's just awesome to be in that good group. It feels like you're in a team yourself with the staff.
How often do you see Gus? Is Gus going to training, or what's Gus's go?
Yeah, Gus is there, mate. Gus is there nearly all the time. I just try and hide from him. So I think if the boss is there, mate, and you stay away from him, then you stay out of trouble. So, yeah. No, Gus is there all the time, mate. He lives and breathes football. You know what he's like.
Hey, Ogre, I want to ask you this, mate.
Sleep. Yep, go.
Sorry, mate. So 291 first-grade games, 10 with the Blues, 15 for the Kangaroos. That's 25 rep games at the highest level. If you could go back and relive one day, one night, is it that 2004 grand final?
I always say personal achievement, yeah, grand final. What we've been through at that club, that's obviously your personal achievement. And a group of people, whether it's administration, coaches, players, that was a massive achievement. But a lot of people forget the game before that to get in the grand final was probably the toughest game I ever played versus Penrith. It was the first time I've nearly put up the white flag. I was done. I was cooked. So that was probably, your best first experience, and then obviously your first Origin. Everyone talks about playing for Australia. Yeah, it's outstanding, but Origin means a lot to you.
That's right, Brian. They had to beat the defending champs to go to the grand final.
Just on Origin, Game 3. Now, I've played with you, and I know how up you get for any sort of game, let alone a decider in Origin. Did you feel that? Well, it was pretty evident that Queensland were more excited and out enthused.
Oh, mate, you could feel the week coming ahead with the Munster story, Billy under the chopping block, the DCE change. You could feel it was going right down Queensland's alley. You could feel that it was. What they live and breathe for. But yeah, you could feel. I didn't see us looking as flat as we probably did. That's probably the word. I thought we were a little bit lustrous. I didn't feel like we even looked like getting into the game. About the 25-minute mark, it was like get Hudson Young on.
Yeah.
Get Connor Watson on. We need some spark around the ruck, and we probably missed that jump there. But I thought what I'd seen outside in, I thought Laurie had done a tremendous job with his coaching staff. And I played an Origin where Alfie come back and put a masterclass on us, so I understand what it's like. They probably got out there a little bit overwhelmed. A kicking game wasn't as pinpoint and accurate as it was in game one. Queensland probably fed off what they usually do, off their emotions and rode that into that game. And it always makes it tough for us.
Was there any front rowers that missed out that you had in your side?
Look, as the year went on, you look at Keon. I think there's a spot there. I couldn't believe they didn't put Olakwatu in from day dot. I know he pulled out late after they added him. To me, he's an Origin player. There's a few like that I thought probably were unlucky, but that just makes them hungrier. That benefits our state going forward. I've been there where I've played 0-1-2. Don't get picked 3, so you want to play that next year. So that'll only be a benefit for Laurie and the Blues going forward. These guys will keep want to be knocking on the door to get into that Origin team.
Okay,
that makes sense, Fletch.
Yep.
You were lucky. You got picked all the time.
No.
Some of us guys had to work hard.
Don't be like that, Ogre.
Hey, Ogs, what about your doggies, mate? Where are they at? Is there a premiership potentially there waiting for you?
Look, I think most successful sporting clubs, you don't look that. You look at the week-to-week, the process that gets you there. What I love watching, especially like with the pathways, is seeing that through all the grades. Even the women's game has been outstanding watching them. Like, they look like Bulldogs. So Cyril's done a tremendous job with implementing his principles and traits that he believes in, and it's filtering through the club. So for me, that's healthy. I think the Penrith game, showed that we turned that corner where we are genuine contenders. And, the boys keep taking it week by week, and the preparation, the staff and hard work they put in. I think they'll be there at the pointy end.
Okay, the young kid, young Mitchell Woods coming through the grades. Do you feel he is next year a possibility he debuts?
Yeah. Look, I hate this 50 best junior players. I hate all that. Like your best kids, the pressure you're putting on them, I don't like it. But in saying that, Woods is a special talent, and we're lucky we've got experienced people like Gus around to nurture him through. So for Woodsy, he's just got to, it'll be a slow burn, I believe, to get the best out of him, to develop him, to prepare him. Because once he steps up, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, as you see with other players, young kids coming through. And the education he's getting, he's training with NRL, so he's there. He'll come along well. We're just going to be patient and not put that expectation on him. That's just my philosophy. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree with that. But the more pressure we put on these kids, the faster, if it doesn't go to plan game 1, game 2, game 3, then, they could be sliding out the back door. So we're going to be patient with these kids and slowly develop them and stick to the process.
So this list he's talking about, Fletch, so that they publish it. I think Daily Telegraph may do it, and you can understand because it gets massive clicks. They have these schoolboys championships, which will be completing just about now, I reckon. Before the tournament, they rank the top 50.
Who's just a journo?
I don't know how they get the intel. Managers, I suppose.
Most of the clubs, might will hold off a lot of information. I think a lot of managers probably influence that the top rating, but whether or not it's the clubs or managers, there's just a lot of pressure on a young kid at a young age, especially in the days of social media. Could you imagine Joel Fletch in our era reading something about yourself? I'd be sweating, wigging out and hiding when I was a young kid, and as I got older, I'd probably think I was better than everyone. So it's just, I just don't think that they need it. But I understand there's a place for it as well. Like, you work in the media game, it's great to talk about our young kids coming through. Remember Arthur Beeton used to do that one weekly, it might have been Channel 7. I used to watch that relentlessly every week, and he'd talk about the young kids coming through. So there's a massive interest for it, but it's just about controlling that. I think controlling the narrative.
Yeah, so Woods was number 1 on that list.
Right,
okay,
gotcha.
so that's what he's talking about with this pressure. And he's a wonderful player, there's no doubt about it, temperament, all that. Could have played for the Swans, would have gone in the draft very high there. But what I want to talk about, Brian, is like the feedback, Ogs, like back in our day, right, there might be like a match review on the paper the next day, and then you'd wait till Wednesday when the rugby league players, the Rugby League Week came out, you get your rating. And that was about all we got, right? These players are searching themselves on social media, and it's ruthless now.
Within an hour after Origin, you can read the out of 10 score. Like, it's that fast.
But the problem with that
dramatic.
is, and this is where kids can get in trouble. It's like those fan forums, and they read that. Like, these fans have got no idea. They're quite passionate. Well, I don't say no idea, but they're quite passionate after a loss. And I just feel that young kids shouldn't take any.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. Yeah, I don't care if it's Mitch Woods or whoever. I just don't think they need that exposure yet.
No, but it'd be hard for them because they're all glued to their screens. Yeah.
Hey, Ogs, what about last night?
And the other thing is, I was going to say the other thing on that is. They'll be looking at NRL, they'll be looking at the stats that NRL put out, etc. But your club mightn't value that.
Yeah.
So we're giving them misguidance as well. Yeah. So or not misguidance, but the parents and their coaches at their clubland locally, they might have them working on something different, where a club might be looking at something completely different.
Hey, Ogs, last night, did you get a chance to watch your old teammate, Sonny, Bill and Gal? Did you have any opinion on that fight?
I got home late. I was training last night, so I obviously couldn't watch it driving. I live still on the Central Coast, so no, I didn't. I didn't get to watch it, but I watched the highlight. I thought Sonny's face looked a lot better than Gal, so that's my comment.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Sonny looked fit. Gal obviously is the brawler, but Sonny actually looked like a proper boxer.
It was a good fight. I thought it was actually, like, for what it is, like, you got Gal who's, 44, Sonny Bill would be 39 or so, and, mate, credit to both of them for what they've achieved at that age. I saw Gal this morning, Bruce. Mate, his face was fine.
He's cleared up.
Yeah, he just said he cops it after the match. But anyway, well done. Well done to both.
Oaks, you were a bit of a stinker in the old days. If you didn't have this injury, would you be tempted to get in the ring?
Mate, I was at Christmas once up at Bonnie Hills, and I got the phone call. Someone had pulled out to fight Big Nelson, and I had a couple of beers there camp, and I'm thinking, I could do this. Yeah, I could go. Yeah, that'd be sweet. And then started ringing a couple of blokes, texting Tavita Pangai, hey, mate, when we sparred, how did I go? And Junior Paulo and that, and they're going, Ogs, we're just being nice to you, mate. Stay out of this one. So that would have been a few years ago. So I realised then, it's not worth the purse of whatever, 30, 50 grand they wanted to give me to go out there and look like an idiot. And, but when I was younger, it would have been something I would have loved to, but I don't think I could have managed it. As you know, Fletch, how I was, my head was just in one direction, and that was rugby league. So.
Yeah. Or covered in Denker Rub, one of the two.
Yeah, or both.
Yep, all the Denker Rub.
Have you tried to pass that on to any of the Pathways kids coming through? Do you say, look, this is my go here, have a crack?
Mate, I'm not that dude. I feel uncomfortable when the boys will put up, and I've seen an old clippy, and I'm not that dude. I might seem cocky and confident, but no, I don't. If I get an injury or stuff like that, I'm really protective. So, to be honest, no, I'm not that guy. I don't say, hey, this is what I did, do this, or you're soft. No, I'm not that guy. I just try and steer them in the right direction.
Okay.
Hang on, I've never asked you. What was it for? What did you do? Did it get you going?
So when I started, I was a bit slow of a starter, and I got picked up late in the Harold Mats at North Sydney Bears. Back then it was 14 rounds, so I was lucky. I picked up round 5, and I was trying to get my way in the team. A bit of the feedback was you're starting a bit slow. So I was trying to find how to fire yourself up, and my crazy family, as they are, love a fight, love the old school, talking about the Tommy slapping in the face, you need this, you need that, do this. And I found the Denker Rub one day and went, put a little bit of this on, see how this goes. And I went out and played a really good game, and then it just stuck. It was like every week. And then I learnt, all right, can't put it above my eyes, it rolls in your eyes, all that. So I just started doing the cheekbone. And now I've got now I've got all the skin rashes on my face for life. Awesome. But it doesn't make a difference. I was always ugly anyway. But, it was just like that. And Fletch, you would have, and Joel, you would have had your own superstitions, especially you being a goal kicker, Joel. That just worked for me, and it stuck, and I just ran with it.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, my superstition was drop the ball the first time I get it.
Yeah.
That was it. Get out that out of the way.
I used to hate playing your team, Ogre. Geez, that was a good team. And these days, it's funny how my opinions changed. Like it just correlated with losing when you took on the Dogs. Like they were just a tough side. Anyway, mate, we've got to roll around. For those who want to hear more of Ogre's story, 12:30 tomorrow, the Bella Vista Hotel. Go and book your table, folks. Rennie Matua, Braithen Astor, Buzz Rothfield, they're all going to be there. Tickets are $100 each, or you can buy a table as well. Head to bellavista.com. bellavistahotel.com.au for tickets is the way to do that. Ogre, have a great day tomorrow, mate. Say good day to the boys for us. We look forward to hearing all about it.
All right, fellas. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Good on you, Oaks.
Down at the local footy today. And when you go to these...
Who's playing on a Thursday?
Yeah. No, the young bloke. They'll play like a development thing. Oh, yeah. Anyway, when you go to these things and you bump into people... I ran into Joshy White.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's down there at the Group 7. Good character. It was good fun to see him. But you see a lot of people at these, as you would at netball, Brian, and you don't... There's some people who you haven't seen for years, or you actually don't quite know so well, right? Mm. How do you go handling a name?
Oh, no, shocking.
If you're 90% sure it's a name,
Oh,
what do you do
gosh.
there? Do you do the lazy roll like? How you going, Brad? Like, do you do that?
Say,
Mate.
yeah, hello, mate. What's doing?
Mate.
Well,
As long as you've got a good inflection after you say it. Hello, mate. What's doing?
Yeah, you need to know what's doing.
But if it's Robert, you wouldn't go, hey, Robert, how you going?
Nah, but I do try and use names
Yeah.
because, as you said, this is Dale Carnegie. It's what is that? It's the favourite word. Someone's
Yeah, that's their favourite word is their name.
Hear their name.
But
sometimes I've got it wrong because there's a guy around the corner who's a Mark and I call him Mick.
yes.
And I got chipped by his. I've been saying it for 10 years,
Yeah.
and I got chipped by his son down the pub. His son got blind one day. He goes, "Listen, my dad's name's not Mark. It's Mark." And then he's super embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I do get, but then you're supposed to do it when you meet someone. Say Joel.
Yeah.
If I meet you, Joel, but then you got to sort of correlate it with a colour.
Yeah.
And I don't know a colour. A jade.
Yes. So
Jade. But then I'm going to think maybe your name's Jay.
So what about Anthony Cass, who he listens to the program, good fella down at Cronulla. I'd seen him for years walking with this bloke, and for years I thought it was his son. So
What?
So Mark's his. I said, oh yeah, so Mark's your other son. He goes, well, what? I said, he's your son, right? He goes, my son. He goes, he's my mate. We're the same age. And they've been walking around forever together. And I've assumed the whole time that's his son. It's just his mate.
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, so that's what kind of can happen when you get trapped with names. And everyone has been in this situation. I think every work office space, which no one does, there should be photos on the wall with everyone's name under it.
Oh, yeah. Like
So
those
you can do a
ones,
little sneaky...
like those people that self-exclude from, like, pubs and stuff.
Yeah. Another rule you can do is...
Well, that's why you do the name tag.
Yeah.
What is name tags?
Well, another thing you can do is if you get trapped, and you know they're really close with Brooksy, you can sort of sneak into Brooksy's...
Yeah, Facebook's a good one. Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stalker.
But where I'm getting... Sorry, Brooks.
You want to be Kramer. I remember Kramer had the photos at the letterboxes.
Oh, yes.
So they do the green go, hello, Fletch.
Yes.
Like looking at the pictures.
Yeah, and
We
everyone
could do that. That'd be
Everyone
fun.
has this sort of situation, right? And I was listening to Tradio Radio, and Maddie Cox hosts Tradio Radio, and a lady rang up, and she's going about 5 times. You can tell he's getting agitated, but not sure how to handle it. How you going, Scotty? How you going, Scotty? She'd say, and he's Maddie Cox is his name.
Yeah.
How you going, Scotty? You know, he just kept calling him Scotty, and I'm thinking, oh, how's he going to handle this? Bozza, on the other hand, so we had Wayne Jones,
Yes.
the publican of the turf
Yes.
over there in Wrexham.
Welshman.
Yes, and I got his name wrong. I called him Wayne Evans, right? Got him confused with the old Perth player. Anyway, Bozza was talking about it. So who, Brian, for those who don't know, who owns Wrexham?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and who?
And Rob. Mac.
Rob Reynolds.
No, he's now changed his name just to Mac.
Yeah.
Mac Eleni.
Yeah, that's right.
Who?
So
What's his name?
So, geez, I enjoyed this conversation, right? So
Eleni.
Bozza come in like a bull in a china store, right?
Rob.
And he's knocking all over everything, and Matty White's talking to him, and he talks about the duo, which is Rob McElhenney.
McElhenney?
and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And just listen to how the Boz handles it.
And to give these people the opportunity to see their home team club go all the way and to come up against the big boys, I don't think there's no better feeling in sport. And Ryan Reynolds and Sam McKenzie has spotted that.
he didn't even get
the role.
But
He did the role. He did the role.
Did he say Sam?
Ryan Reynolds and Sam McKenzie has spotted that.
But what he does, though, he goes confidently with Sam,
Yeah.
and he pulls out the roll on the surname. One more time, please, Chris.
And Ryan Reynolds and Sam McKenzie has spotted that.
Yes, Bozza.
Oh, that is a hard name. But he has changed his name just to Rob Mac.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Sam Mac now. Sam Mac.
What? So he was in a show called, I've never seen it, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Is that all he's done, or has he done movies?
He's
or?
done a few other things, but
Okay.
yeah, that's his main source of income,
Gotcha.
I guess, with his career, other than Wrexham.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.